and welcome to the Daily News. On tonight's show, we will be looking into the world concerning children as consumers. Bose, Grace and Hodge describe how children aged between the years of 3 and 7 are particularly susceptible to advertising from the media and competitive markets due to their vulnerability and inability to comprehend the aims of the media's advertising. One particular negative effect of these target campaigns is the obesity epidemic that is currently taking hold on Australian children. Advertising can be detrimental to the health of young children, as the early years of life are a period where they are most vulnerable and a critical period for brain development. Junk food advertising during children's television shows can negatively influence and sway children towards these products, which in large consumptions can ultimately lead to health problems like type 2 diabetes and obesity. We have Mia currently standing by to explain how this issue is relevant to the Australian early childhood context.
Selena, a vast majority of advertisements aimed in particular at young children are for foods that are high in sugar, salt or saturated fat, and children's unhealthy food choices are in turn influenced by advertisements and campaigns by the media. It is recommended by the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating that children's daily intake is made up of no more than 14% of fatty foods, but in reality this figure stands at 41%. Magnuson describes how a study by the Victorian government revealed that if the current trends of advertising to children and the relationship between this and obesity continue, more than 1/3 of children will be obese by 2005.
Right, well this is a very frightening statistic. How are advertisers getting away with it?
Advertisers use clever strategies to market their products to children, including well-known characters and premium offers. Advertising aimed at children is not only directed through television advertisements, but magazine and radio advertisements also. Children tend to believe advertisements are truthful and can easily relate brands with products and often struggle with decision making. Advertisers use the times children are more likely to watch television as a means to communicate their adverts and more efficiently get their messages across. Back to you, Eleanor.
It is noted by Patricia Edgar in her article, Children Are Not Just Little Consumers, that advertisers are moving their tactics to the internet as a means of bypassing government regulations, as this is not as strictly regulated as other forms of media, including television and magazine advertisements. This means that children are more at risk of being targeted, especially with the increase of internet use of children under the age of 5. Regulations need to be more closely monitored and more tightly enforced to protect children from advertisements for unhealthy foods. With the more strict regulations put in place, the needs of the children are considered before marketing potential. Another media article written by Daniel Knowles describes how the biggest campaigns have been those for fast food, sugar-loaded snacks and drinks. We're going to cross live to Susie, who is an early childhood educator and is going to explain firsthand what the implications are on educators in these centres.
Thanks, Eleanor. It is important that educators understand their role in promoting play to children, especially outdoor play, to ensure they are getting adequate physical activity, which is roughly 90 minutes a day, of free play and adult-led play. As educators, they must promote the importance of health and physical activity and model and reinforce health, nutrition and personal hygiene practices with children. The Early Years Learning Framework, Outcome 3, states children have a strong sense of well-being. Children take increasing responsibility for their own health and physical well-being. It is important that educators follow Quality Area 2 of the National Quality Standards that includes children's health and safety and ensuring their health and well-being is safeguarded and promoted. It is essential that educators promote healthy eating and food and drinks provided by the centre are nutritious. The Australian Dietary Guidelines promote educators to achieve and maintain a healthy weight, be physically active and choose amounts of nutritious foods and drinks to meet energy needs for young children.
You put forward some excellent ideas. Educators have no real role in stopping advertising aimed at children, but if they can encourage play without the need to interact in technology, they are creating wholesome experiences for children with less chance of being targeted. The Educator's Guide to the Early Years Learning Framework describes how important it is for educators to reflect on their experiences and their interaction with children. As we lead into the break, I leave one final question with the viewers. Should advertising aimed at young children be banned altogether, or should the government place stricter regulations in place to stop children being targeted?